Okay.
Good morning, Dieter.
Good morning, Sandra.
Thank you for joining me for this little chat. I wanted to ask you about your experiences with stopping smoking with the help of EMO Energy in Motion. And I know you've got a couple of stories about that, and I've got one also. And I thought that might be nice to make this video to share with people how easily or surprisingly that they might be able to reduce or stop smoking if they just knew a kind of the secret recipe, if you like. So anyway, tell us your story, because it's quite funny actually what happened to you when you...
Yeah, like I have a personal experience with that. And that was, I think that was in 2023, that when I did like a repetition of the EMO training with Irma, who I have done many trainings with, and we did that, and it had a part about guiding stars in it, and just for exercise purposes, I took my own cigarette addiction to work with it without any intention of stopping smoking.
Not giving up at all, but just to like, let's do the exercise in the course.
Just to have some subject for the exercise. And I did it, and it felt good after we did the exercise. But I did not suspect that I would stop smoking. But then when after the training, like the same day, I tried to smoke a cigarette, I couldn't. Like I smoked a cigarette, but I felt so bad after that that I thought, like, well, how do I deal with it? I just have to sit it out and wait until this bad feeling goes away. And it did. And I didn't smoke any other cigarette because I felt like I was choking from inside or something. And,
wow. Very different response after doing the exercise to smoking. And so did you actually smoke at all after that?
After that, I never smoked again.
So actually, you accidentally, without intending to...
Yeah, exactly. I accidentally did this exercise, this anti-smoking therapy.
And you accidentally lost your smoking addiction. So so that's really, really funny, but also...
And I lost it, and I didn't know what to do without the smoking.
What do I do now? Yeah, so that's very...
I felt so without grounding. I used it in so many occasions to cling to it, and I didn't have that anymore. No.
So how did you deal with the after effects of that then? Did you do something else to kind of get used to the new rhythm that you were in? Or how did you...
I felt like I just went back to to my attitude or state of being that I had when I was a student, like like my younger self. This younger self had no problem dealing with this kind of insecurity and being a person without character or something.
So how long had you in fact been smoking?
40 years
40
or something.
Years. So 40 years. And just like that, by accident, stopped.
By accident.
Accident. So anyway, we will talk about what the secret formula was in a moment that let that happen. However, after that, you then proceeded to do an experiment with one of your family members. Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
That incident where I lost my smoking addiction was 2 years ago. Like,
yeah,
I'm not quite sure.
So
I think that was 2 years ago.
Now. Yeah. That saves a bit of money as well, doesn't it? Yeah. That's got another positive.
And recently my two homies, my son and his mother, they also wanted to do something about the smoking.
So tell us what happened.
And I told them I can try that with them as well. No? Since I lost it, maybe they will lose it as well. But I told them it's not guaranteed. No, just we can do it. No.
Yeah.
And my son, he also had another problem, like a health problem. He couldn't eat everything. He couldn't. There was only a few things that he could eat, and he had the problem that if he ate the wrong thing, he would get diarrhea or something.
Right.
So he had lost a lot of weight, but and it seemed like we treated both things, the smoking addiction and this health problem at the same time.
By the same process that you used for yourself, you did for your son, and he got a double bonus. He stopped smoking after that.
Yeah, exactly.
And his digestive problem also relaxed and in some way. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. What about his mom? Did she have a good experience as well?
Yeah, there's another thing to mention about this. He didn't want to lose. He just wanted to lose the smoking, the cigarette smoking. Yeah. He did not want to
deal with the health
to end. Also he didn't want to stop the weed smoking, the marijuana smoking.
He didn't want to.
And he didn't. He didn't. He didn't want to, and he also actually didn't. And I tried the same thing. Like his mother, he participated in this exercise when I did it with him, and but for her it was not complete. He started smoking after. He had a bit of an effect after that, but it was not complete, not lasting. With her,
with him.
Yeah, with his mom. With her, we did another session,
a follow-up session,
EMO session, and after that, and that worked because after that he didn't smoke cigarettes anymore.
After that,
and
so hers needed a follow-up session. Yeah.
And she still smoked something, but it was other herbs that are not nicotine.
Okay. So success in the whole house, really, from the smoking, is now a non-smoking house, by the sound of it.
Yeah. We're not happier though, but we are smoke-free.
Smoke-free zone. Okay, so interesting. And I had experience with a friend of mine, and actually she was complaining about the cost of the cigarettes, and I was just sitting having a chat together, and I said, well, I started to ask her a few questions. It was a sneaky thing, actually, because I just guided her through a conversation into the exercise, into the process of doing this. And after that, she no longer wanted to smoke. And actually that led to a 50% reduction in her cigarettes. And that was interesting because finances was an issue. And then sort of a bit later on, she needed a doctor's visit, and she had the money to pay for it because she'd stopped or reduced her smoking significantly. She actually had some spare cash to pay for her doctor's visit. So there are some economic benefits as well as health benefits. So shall we talk about the secret process? What is it that makes this simple process so effective? So do you want to say something about, you mentioned sneakily there, guiding star at the beginning. Shall we just say something? What do we mean by a guiding star?
A guiding star is like a past experience and an energy experience, like something that the person at the beginning of this addiction experience, like an energy high experience, but it is not a really complete experience, not something that is completely finished, but something that got stuck in the middle, so to say. And but that's the explanation. But actually, what is the practical secret is just the process that we do to
evolve
as a treatment.
To evolve that, basically.
Yeah.
So the practical steps that you took, do you want to say what they were?
Yeah, like the question is always, we ask the person and ourselves, if we are the person in question who has this addiction, when you think about the next cigarette, for example, if it's cigarette or the cake or whatever, in this case the cigarette, when you think of your next cigarette, where do you feel that in your body? Where do you feel that in your body? And after that, we go on asking, how does that feel? What kind of feeling is that? What quality does that feeling have? And then we try to open that feeling to make it flow through the body.
Yeah. So that's where EMO comes in, to recognize that energy, that emotion that's driving the behavior, where we feel it in the body, and to, when you feel it in a one place, in a localized place, it's showing you that there's a blockage. Otherwise, it would be everywhere, and then it would be flowing.
Yeah.
So what we do is with the EMO, we pay attention and we think about it softening, and we add energy to that place, and then the energy starts to flow and the emotion transforms. So the energy now flows through the body and out. So we've got all the body feeling a positive emotional experience. So we basically amplified the positive. So, and that's what happened with my friend. I asked her, said, how does it make you feel when you smoke? And she says, I just love it. It feels so good. I really like it. It's my thing. I said, well, where's that good feeling in your body? My heart and my head. Okay, so then I let her sneakily pay attention to that and see, can it soften? And it flowed all the way through her body. And she was going, oh my God, I feel so relaxed all over. It feels so good. I have I never felt so relaxed all over before. And then I said, okay, get your cigarettes now. Smell them, have a look, take one out. And she was like, oh, what happened? Oh, I don't need it. I don't want it. What happened? And normally I would be loving to have a cigarette. What happened? And so what we did was evolve what was the guiding star, the trapped loving of the experience, the high energy experience that's not complete. Then we completed it. And then it's like, then you've had it then. And you're no longer hungering for it because you've had it. Not just here where it feels nice, but all over where you've integrated it and you've really had it. And then you can go into, you know, this satisfaction and fulfillment, in which there's no need anymore. And so that's an interesting approach to evolving any addictive behavior, where there is a positive emotion associated with it, you know, what you get from it. And so we call that originating. First time you had a high when you did that behavior, or you had that, is the guiding star. And we say guiding star because it's a star, it's a high light experience, guiding because it's keeping you in the pattern, because it's like unfinished business. You have to keep doing it again to get the high, to feel good again, because you haven't fully received it and integrated it. And when we evolve that into a fully integrated experience, been there, done that, don't need it anymore, off I go, satisfied.
Yeah.
And that's the key. So, and this is all about EMO, energy in motion, and obviously EMO, we can do lots with it, but it's very interesting just to share these little stories, how easily and accidentally, and it's a very easy conversation, we can help somebody to evolve that addictive behavior and be a non-smoker, for example, which is a surprisingly simple approach to something very outstanding. Yeah. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, that sounds interesting, I wouldn't mind giving it a go for my chocolate craving, for my cheese addiction, for my smoking addiction, or whatever it is that's your kind of stuck on pattern, then, you know, you can contact myself or Dieter for a session or two on that. And if you're somebody who is helping others with overcoming patterns that they want to break out of, and their personal development, then you want to come and learn EMO, ask us about the training, because we have a training in EMO coming up next month as well. So, okay, nice. Thanks for the chat, Dieter. Well, enjoyable and easily done when you know how.
Yeah.
EMO.
It's easily done.
In motion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice training also.
Yeah, and a beautiful training. The most beautiful transformational training. EMO is not just for stopping smoking, it's for everything. And as you'll find out. Okay, thank you, Dieter. And thank you for tuning in.
And it's also, it's fun. It's always a good experience, and gets one, and the sessions are in themselves getting the energy up. It's always like a...
Especially when you're evolving a guiding star, because you're amplifying the positive emotions to totally satisfy you all over, which feels amazing.
Yeah.
And then you evolve into gratitude, and then you don't need it anymore. So, so it is great for the facilitator as well as for the client.
Yeah.
You can learn just to help your friends, just like that as well. Okay, so on that note, we'll say thanks and get in touch if you want to know more.